is good, yo? So, I have a lot of shows to talk about, but I do want to start with the show that came out today. I wanted my abilities to be a normal. Um, this show actually had me kind of concerned when it came down to the longevity of just the characters, the overall plot, and what we were going to get as a whole when it came down to the end of it all. And it's safe to say that I was worried for no reason because it looks like, without needing to explain much, they're going to get into a much darker and grittier part of the storytelling. And I was actually kind of shocked to see that in this show, to be fair and honest, which I guess being shocked isn't that good because with our main character dying and being reincarnated, there's always this chance of these shows being kind of dark and gritty, with death being the main reason why the show kicks off in the first place. Like, without death, there would be no show. So that's already kind of a dark way to look at things. Including thinking of the age she died at, and she's practically the same age reincarnated, so that's that. We get this overall notion that everything in this world is kind of either survival of the fittest, or if you have the power to pretty much make people do what you want them to do, or force them to do what you want them to do, then those types of people always kind of like shine in the grand scheme of not having anyone to stop them from doing that. Like, no one's really going to step up and be like, "Hey, you guys gotta stop doing that. That's not good." Until these characters, our main characters, really do show up and kind of feel like they're the moral compass of this show when it comes down to now. Not only were they in a position to take out some people that clearly don't seem like they'll ever change, like they'll always just be scum. Um, but now that you see it from, the perspective of them, you kind of get this feeling that they're going to push forward the narrative that some people have a chance to change and stuff like that. So it kind of scares me when it comes down to, the end of it all. Like, if there's going to actually be someone they tried to let change and turns out that it wasn't a good choice type of deal. That's always, one of those things where you're just like, you could have stopped this from happening if you just body him. But the only reason why we get a quick glimpse at this type of stuff within this show is thanks to uh, our little flaming hothead, who seem like just your average hothead character that always is, trying to get into some type of battles and stuff like that. But then learning this and seeing what she's been going through, yeah, I definitely understand why she wanted to do the things she did when it comes down to going through traumatic situations that you've already experienced, and then people pretty much making you go through it yet again because that's just what they planned to do all along. Like, they might not have known you have gone through this and felt this, but their plans were to take all the merchandise, kill all the people, and sell all the women. So somehow this has happened to her before, and her father or brother, or we haven't really got the full story. I'm guessing father because of her age, was slain, probably trying to jump out and stop these people from hurting their family. But as it looked almost as if like soldiers did this, right? Like, they looked like they were well equipped with armor compared to these bandits, right? So I thought that was interesting. But to think that she saw this happen to her dad and absolutely bodies, the people that did it, it's pretty messed up in the grand scheme of what she's probably been carrying with her. Holy crap, that was loud. That was a car passing by, or like a truck. But she's been carrying all this weight with her, her whole life, even when she's met these girls that are her friends, and somehow they didn't even notice this overall, like, side of her, or, they didn't know this backstory to this degree and what she's been through, including when she asked, "Have you guys ever killed somebody?" They definitely can feel the mood change very quickly, including how close she was to straight up destroying this guy who deserved it. Talking about, "I was gonna sell you guys, and I thought it would be easy." So that got real quick. Like, this show got real serious really quick, and I'm not too sure what to feel about it. Like, I just want to see where they're kind of going to take this, right? Because for me, it feels like it's something that could have been done earlier. Like, we could have seen more signs of her, like, of this person that the red haired girl is a little bit earlier, but I can also see why they want to just play it out any way they want to play it out as well, because now that we know she's even stronger than she was before doing what she was going to do, it probably would have destroyed the guy even quicker than she destroyed the first one, the first two guys that did her family wrong or whatever. So it's one of those things now where you're kind of like, man, if anybody crosses this girl out of the group, they're probably going to get bodied. If you cross the merchant, the girl who has a merchant as a father, you're going to get bodied. Like, like, these girls have such interesting characteristics, and our main character almost gets outshined by the supporting cast sometimes. So when we see, our main girl trying to say something and another one kind of chimes in before, it's not even that out of place. It actually feels like that's what would happen. Not only that, they've all heard pretty much everything she's going to say if they ask any questions towards her, like, "Oh, so where'd you learn that song? It's a family technique. You just taught us Ultra Freeze. Where'd you learn that technique?" "Oh, it's family technique." So it's this really, like, run-on joke that anything and everything she's done is just not hers, and she learned it from someone else, which doesn't give you it doesn't put you in a position to be like, "Oh, that means you're not strong." Like, no, that's not how this works. Like, if you're capable of mastering your family's technique and then using it to such a degree, that just goes to show how unnormal you are, like how crazy strong you really are. So she really doesn't understand that, and that is definitely one of my favorite aspects of her character. Just everything you do is amazing, so you'll never be normal. Sorry. And she's so amazingly broken and strong that she's using a slingshot. A slingshot to, like, beat people. She's ridiculously broken and hilarious at this point. So I kind of look forward to seeing what people are talking about when it comes down to this show, because as of right now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are with me when I say it has so much potential to be a lot of things. But if you're like me and you're enjoying this and watching it and actually looking forward to it coming out, my thought process is, will there be enough for more seasons? And I know that's kind of greedy of me, seeing how the season isn't over, but with these stories being so abrupt lately and ending just on a whim, it could end relatively at the end of the season. And if that's the case, I hope they give us a whole bunch of greatness before it goes. But if not, please take your time, give us all this character development, because I didn't even think there would be that much character development in a world where there's, like, not that much blood and not that much this and that. But all of a sudden, you start seeing the blood and you start seeing the backstory that, would lead you to believe that things aren't as black and white as you believe it, then you have me interested. Then you got me 100% on board to find out what the heck is actually going on when it comes down to the overall grand scheme of the show. So I can't wait to see what you guys are thinking for that. I definitely will be talking to you guys sooner than later. I got 2 more videos I actually want to drop for sure, for sure. So I will definitely get that out to y'all as soon as possible with this one. So if you are watching it this far in, thank you so much for the support. It means the world. I love throwing these videos out just to get them out to you guys. Not only that, have you guys enjoying it or giving me your feedback on what you felt on these different shows or other shows that remind you of this one. I don't know. Any video I put up, I always look forward to maybe hearing from somebody. So have an awesome day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I'm your boy, the Anime J. And I don't know why I'm saluting, but take care and peace.